Turkey and Syria have faced one of the worst set of quakes and is now joined in misery as rescue workers continue to clear the rubble. Turkey has witnessed more than 21,000 deaths and Syria with 3,500 deaths. These images are from Turkey's Hatay province, where the rescue team was buried under the rubble after remaining debris fell onto a team. While hope of finding any new survivor is now slim, rescue workers in the Turkish city of Adıyaman recovered a woman from the rubble of a collapsed building 128 hours after it was downed by a disastrous earthquake which struck the country. Buildings hanging on strands of the leftover steel rods and survivors crying out as the floor beneath them literally breaks away. This is the life of the people of Turkey and Syria who witness 9-year-old children being pulled out of rubble after 120 hours, which is 5 days of a child sitting beneath dust, bricks and steel rods. The UN has said that the natural disaster is the worst event in 100 years in the region.
What happened here on Monday, the epicenter of the earthquake, was the worst event in 100 years in this region. The response, as you have seen here, and as your viewers have seen, is also unique. There has never been an international response, a Turkish response to a natural disaster as we see here in these terrible days. No, we have a clear plan tomorrow or the next day to give an appeal for a 3-month operation to help the people of Turkey with humanitarian assistance. And we will do a similar one for the people of Syria.
Turkey is receiving help from several nations as the world unites to help the quake-stricken region. Indonesian search and rescue teams have left to assist with the international aid effort in Turkey.
Pada yang batch pertama ini adalah attach atau menempel pada tim pencarian penyelamatan dari AFAD atau Badan Penanggulangan Bencana di Turki. Tim ini akan mendapatkan alokasi pencarian penyelamatan di sekitar daerah Hatay untuk melakukan upaya-upaya pencarian pada bangunan-bangunan rusak.
Neighborhoods have been dilapidated and many buildings are hanging at risk of falling. Many people have been forced from their homes to take shelter in mosques, hospitals and stadiums. Residents and volunteers are racing against time and digging rubble with their bare hands and using household utensils.
أنا وقت اللي صار الهزة بعد ما زلنا صار في تشقق بالبيت، صار في يعني هريان بالبيت يعني، فاضطريت ألجأ للجامعة لوقت اللي تجي اللجنة تشوف لي بيتي.
والله ما عملنا، والله أي حركة عم نحس دائما عم نهز. والله ما عملنا.
A catastrophe which has erased a significant portion of the region's population has planted horror in the eyes of 5-year-olds who now survive with bruised faces and see people covered in bandages as medics pull out bodies from the rubble. Syrian families are forced to leave their damaged homes that are at risk of collapse after the country was ravaged by a major earthquake and its aftershocks. For more on this, we are being joined by our Syria correspondent, Gadi Francis. Thank you for being with us, Gadi. Now, you have been tracking the events closely. What are the latest details that you have for us?
Hello, Alison. I'm standing right now in front of the debris left from a already destructed building where 50 people died. Just here, I am standing in Hama. It is a city in central Syria. It is one of the disastrous zone as per the Syrian government. 5 or more centers here are distributing aid. The destruction here did touch 5 buildings in the central city. It is not as big as it is in Aleppo yet. It is dire. The situation is dire for people here. I've been talking to eyewitnesses, to people who were there, and to people who have survived. The buildings around that building are also in danger of collapsing. So the families have been evacuated. Some of the buildings here, they have no other choice. They are still in their homes and they are waiting for help and aid. They need everything. They need shelters, they need medicine, they need food, and they need all kinds of relief. The Arab Syrian Red Crescent has been in the operation in this city as per my communication here, and they have helped and still are helping the people inside. Now the Arab Red Crescent, the Arab Syrian Red Crescent, was able to receive some of the donations, and maybe this is why it was able to carry on the operation. Now from Hama to Aleppo, it's around an hour of drive, but it was on the same shockwave. Thus, it is also a disastrous zone.
Gadi, thank you very much for bringing us the latest on this massive quake and the disaster in Syria. WION, now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.